funny now, but imagine seeing that in the middle of the night.
Oh snap. Well, that's what you do anyway. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Arnold Telagaarta here, and welcome back to my channel. We have my beautiful wife Heart joining us today, and I really wanted to film this in the morning time. I made sure that we're filming this in the morning time because I can't talk about this stuff at night.
I just love how you're into scary things in the morning.
Yeah, because I chicken out at night. I can't do
He
it.
doesn't like watching scary things at night.
I can watch it with you, but I don't like talking about ghost stories at night, which is what we're about to do in today's video. The Burr months are coming, you know, September, October, November, December, and the first holiday of the Burr months is Halloween. And I know it's not a holiday around the world, but you know, it's a pretty big deal here in the US. And you know, I was proud of us last year for our last minute Halloween costume. Do you remember that?
What was it? I don't remember.
I was a smart, you know what, let me show the picture first and then we'll explain. So I was a smart cookie.
Oh yes.
It was a last minute costume that we found at Party City, and you were you were a dead blogger, right?
Yeah.
Or a vampire blogger?
No, I was like a millennial YouTuber who was dead.
Wow.
Oh, that's dark. Now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm never doing that again.
What this video is gonna be about is us telling you guys some Indonesian ghost stories or folk tale, and maybe you have some Filipino ghost stories to throw in there as well. I've done actually an Indonesian ghost story part 1 to this a while back, like a long time ago. If you haven't, make sure you guys check it out. But I've covered some ghosts there, but I want to cover the ghosts that I didn't cover in that video, if that makes sense. Growing up in Indonesia, I heard a lot of ghost stories from my nanny. She's very spiritual, and she had a lot of paranormal encounters, and she was telling me some of the Indonesian ghost folk tales when I was only 4 years old, and I was super scared. I couldn't sleep at night.
Do you remember her name? Her name? Should we call her out?
I want to say.
You gotta throw in some receipts, Arnold. If people don't know her name, they're not gonna like find you credible.
Ooh, I'm gonna say Sophie.
Is that really her name? Or
I want to say it starts with an S-O. But I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's an Indonesian name, so it's not Sophie. But it felt right to me. So the first Indonesian ghost that I want to talk about is something that I heard. Are you getting scared? Oh, that was you whimpering.
No, that was just me drinking.
Oh. Okay, so this one is really. Wait, is that really you drinking? How do you make that noise?
I'm just drinking. I'm sorry.
No, I
distracting.
never heard that before, ever.
Okay, I'm gonna
Try it again. It sounds like a cat meowing.
I'm just sipping.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's set the scary tone, the ambiance.
Editor Arnold, cue the scary music.
Oh, we didn't snap in unison at that time.
Okay.
3, 2.
No. Editor Arnold, cue the scary music.
It's better. The first Indonesian ghost that I want to talk about is called Sundel Bolong. Sundel Bolong.
This sounds funny.
It does sound funny. Scary. Okay, Sundel Bolong. And honestly, I heard about this when I was a kid, and they actually made an Indonesian TV series out of this.
Did you ever watch it?
Yeah, I did. I was so scared. And also,
She looks creepy.
Sundel Bolong is a female ghost that is similar to Kuntilanak, which is a ghost that I covered in my first video. But she has a pale face, long black hair, and long white dress.
White lady.
Yeah, that's pretty similar to you guys. The only difference is that she has a large gaping hole in the back through which her internal organs can be seen. This is because Sundel Bolong died while being abused and gave birth to a baby in the grave. She will appear as a beautiful woman walking alone on the road at night and will cover the hole in her back to hide her true nature. She usually preys on pregnant women and steals newborn babies. And I remember watching the series in Indonesia. It was this this girl who would like seduce men, and she would go like this to her hair, and you see the hole in the back, and that's when she attacks them. And again, that's traumatizing as a kid. But I do remember like my dad telling me about this ghost before, and we stayed in this hotel in I believe it was in Surabaya, which is a city in Indonesia. And I remember the employees telling us that there was actually a sundel bolong like somewhere near that hotel, like a bridge near that hotel. So isn't that crazy? Like imagine, first of all, a female ghost that's like wearing a white gown is already scary enough, but the fact that there's like a hole on her back because she gave birth to her kid at the grave, that's crazy. You know, these stories have to come from somewhere, you know? Do you think it's true?
Like I don't want, obviously, like I would never want to say yes.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it could be, you're right. It had to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah. Okay, the next one I don't believe because it's so far-fetched that it's too much. Alright, it's called, the next Indonesian ghost is called Pocong. I hope I'm saying that right, Pocong. Why do these ghosts have such friendly names, right? Pocong.
It's actually cute.
Sundel bolong. It makes you want to smile when you say it. It's horrible.
What does Pocong mean?
Okay, I don't know exactly what Pocong means, but apparently a Pocong is the ghost of someone who has died and been buried. They return from the grave wrapped in their burial shroud. They have a green face with hollow eye sockets because their eyeballs have rotted away. The shroud is tied at the head and feet so they can't walk. Instead, they hop or jump along the road. So to me, that kind of sounds just like a mummy.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like an Indonesian version of a mummy?
Yeah. Someone who's dead comes back alive, you know.
And you can't really
it's like
walk.
when like tissue paper wrap around them and it just goes like this, right? With green face. This one is, you know, I'm like, okay.
Okay.
That's like a little too cartoonish for me. But at
Watch
the same
that
time,
Pocong, like, appear. It's gonna appear tonight. Don't be saying that, Arnold. Don't bring that bad juju in this house.
You're right. I'm sorry
Pocong.
to anything. I'm sorry.
Sorry to Pocong directly.
Sorry, Pocong. I'm sorry. I'm picturing them like being wrapped up like a mummy, just like hopping up and down like that.
It's funny now, but imagine seeing that in the middle of the night.
Oh snap. Well, that's what you do anyway. So I see that every night actually. You have your green skincare routine, you know, your head is wrapped and you're just like...
So it's not a myth. It's actually...
You're Pocong. Another ghost. This is probably the scariest ghost for me. This is called Suster Ngesot. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Ngesot. So, Suster Ngesot is a ghost of a young nun who worked as a nurse in a hospital. One night, when she was working alone, she was abused and brutally murdered by a doctor. Her legs were broken and crushed before she was buried in a shallow grave. They say she appears in old hospital buildings at night, dragging her mutilated body along the hallways. I mean, no disrespect to nuns, but any horror movie with nuns just creeps me out. So that folktale is so freaking eerie to me. I think the hospital is one of the scariest places in the world. I don't like being in hospitals, and imagine like being at a hospital at night and you see a ghost that looks like a nun and she's like crawling on the floor.
Don't do that.
I mean, that'll do it for me. Like I'm done. What do you do if you see that? I'll probably like freeze. I can't move.
What would you do, honestly?
Honestly, I think I would faint. Right? Like I mean, like I just feel like your body just tenses up and you can't use your brain. I'm guessing your reflex doesn't kick in right away. You're just in total shock. Like, wait, am I seeing this? Is this in front of me?
I think your instinct would kick in. I think
Yeah?
you'd just run. That's creepy
Let's hope so.
AF. Like,
Yeah.
you're not just gonna stand there and be like, oh, is this real? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd run, I think. Me, on the other hand.
Content!
Come on.
It's so crazy, right? We talked about this before, but I feel like Asia itself has more paranormal activities than the US.
That's like legit facts, I believe. It's dark out there.
Yeah.
I was always told that like, oh, like if you move to the US, they don't have passports, so the ghosts don't have passports, so
So they can't follow you.
yeah, literally. That was like what my aunts told me.
And it kind of makes sense because there's still activities in the US, but just there's less of it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like when we were like when me and my sister were like about to leave the Philippines, remember that's when all the haunting was happening?
Oh yes.
My titas would always tell me like, oh, they cannot follow you. Because
Like
they don't
follow
have
you?
passport.
They can't follow you?
Follow.
Oh, okay. Well, we survived that video.
It wasn't too
It's
bad
still-
because
it's
at
still
the end
early.
of the day, it's myths.
It is.
Yeah,
It's fun.
It's not confirmed.
Yes, it's fun to just explore, open our minds to other things in this world, you know?
I don't think it's fun. I think it's interesting.
It's interesting, you're right. That's a better word
All the
for it.
ghosts out there, it's not fun.
It's not
okay?
fun. We don't
Not
want any
fun.
part of that, right?
It's not fun.
So that's it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I upload videos every week, and let me know down in the comment section below what other videos you guys want to see, and follow us on Instagram somewhere here or there. And until then, we love you guys, and we'll see you next time. And oh, you're
I'm gonna go.
and cut.